Yo ninjas, I'm Kaio and welcome to this new tutorial where I'm gonna teach you the handstand. If you haven't seen them, watch the previous tutorials that I made, links in the description. Before to practice the handstand, I would recommend you to practice the other freezes that I explained in the other tutorials. They are a little bit easier than the handstand and they will make you understand how to control your body in a static position. The handstand is a little bit harder than the other freezes that I teach in the other tutorials because you are only using your hands. In the other freezes, for example elbow freeze, you are using your hands but also your elbow, so you have more space. Or for example the shoulder freeze, you use the whole arm, so it's way easier. So before practicing the handstand, I would really recommend you to practice some other freezes. If you want to start directly with the handstand, you can, but it will be a little bit harder. First of all, before even attempting the handstand, I would recommend you a few exercises. The first one is the cartwheel. If even the cartwheel is still too hard for you, just practice this exercise. So, in my case, I start with my left leg forward, but you can also start with the other. At the beginning, I recommend you to practice on both ways. With the left leg forward, put your hands in front of you like this. Some people also start like this, but it's kind of like the same, it doesn't really matter. At the same level with your shoulders, not too wide, not too close like this, but like this. Not shifted like this, and not like this, and not like this, but straight. And just push and come back. The important thing is that your arms are straight. Don't bend them like this. The more you bend your arms, the more you will use your strength. So if you are not very strong, it will be very hard to do a handstand with your arms bent. Then try also starting with the other leg, so you learn how to kick with both legs. So like this. When you get comfortable just with this little exercise, try to switch your legs. So in the air. From here, switch and come back to the other leg. And from here, do the same. So kick, switch leg and come back. Kick, switch leg and come back. And so on. Just practice this more times. Just to get comfortable a little bit with the movement. Oh, one important thing, don't push too hard. Don't kick your leg too hard. Because if you kick too hard, you will fall maybe on the other side if you don't have control. So just do it softly, very softly, like this. Very gently and softly. You don't need to go straight yet. After you master this little exercise, it's time to try to hold the position a little bit. But before even going straight yet and try to hold the real position, we're just gonna try to control our legs. So you have to decide a very clear position with your legs. For example, now I wanna do a really straight handstand. With my legs straight, I mean. I just kick like before a little bit and I keep my legs straight. So like this. As you saw, I didn't went fully to a handstand. I was kind of like this, but it doesn't really matter at the beginning. The important thing is that you have control on your legs, because most of people, they try the handstand, they go straight, but then they don't have control and they fall down. So before even going straight, it's better if you have a good control of what you are doing. I decided this position, but you can even decide to stay like this with your legs, or like this, 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 however you want, but just decide a clear position and try to do this position. And don't kick and don't push your body too high and too straight yet. So again, like this. And then also do the same with the opposite leg, like this. Now try a different position. For example, now I want to do this position with my legs. From here, I just do this. And also on the other side. So in this way you will still not go straight and you will still not hold the position, but you will have control of what you are doing. So from the start, first step, just do this, also with the other leg, and also by changing legs, like this. When you master this first step, do the second step. Second step, choose a position with your legs and do this position without really holding the position and without really going too high. For example, straight legs, like this. Or open legs, like this. Now, third step. In the third step, it's time to go a little bit more high and try to hold the position finally. First of all, I would recommend to practice on the wall in two ways. The first way, and the most popular to practice on the wall, is this one. Facing the wall and going into a handstand against the wall, so like this. I didn't learn the handstand in this way because for me it was very scary to touch with my legs the wall, because I had the feeling that I had to go like over. I don't really recommend this way. It will make you arch your back because you will be a little bit like this, because your legs have to be towards the wall. But if you want to practice in this way, your hands have to be as close as possible to the wall, because the more you go far away from the wall, the more arched you will be. I give you an example. If I stay with my hands like this, you see that my back is arched and it's not good. Instead, if I practice with my hands like here, it will look like more like a straight handstand. So, the closer you will go to the wall, the better will be. Actually, the best thing would be if you touch with your fingers the wall, so you will be very straight. So you start like this by touching with your fingers the wall, and you will go to a handstand like this. And try to maybe push your feet a little bit off the wall and then put them again into the wall like this. Look at my feet and make sure that your arms are straight. Don't bend like this your arms, because it will be very heavy to hold. The second way to practice on the wall, the handstand, and this is the way that made me learn the handstand, but it's very unpopular, is to practice on the wall in this way. So you start like this, you go with your feet up on the wall, and then you move with your hands closer to the wall, like this. In this way, for me, it's less scary, and it makes me also understand how to walk with my hands. For me, it's a better workout also for your body, like this. The closer you will go to the wall, the better will be. So right now I'm very close to the wall, and so it makes me be more straight, and then walk away. Personally, I learned the handstand in this second way, but I recommend you to practice both a little bit. Now you can do the first and the second exercise on the floor. You can do the handstand on the wall. Now it's time to learn it without the wall and try to make it straight without the wall. The first thing would be if someone can help you. So you do a handstand and someone will grab your legs and they will move a little bit their hands away from your legs, and then they will catch you again. So in this way it's kind of like on the wall, but a little bit better in my opinion, because they can move their hands away when they want. So you have to control your handstand by yourself, and you don't really have a wall that is all the time here, but your friends will move the hands away whenever he wants. You will have to be ready to hold the handstand by yourself. But don't do it if you are not comfortable with the first, with the second, and with the third exercise. The first two exercises here and the third one on the wall. Do this one with your friend only if you feel comfortable doing it. So now it's time to try to push yourself up. The scary part is to fall on the other side. To avoid that, you should be able to move your arms fast. So for example, now I show you an attempt of me doing a handstand but pushing too high, like this. As you see, I pushed too strong, but I didn't fall on the other side because I moved my other arm very fast. You push very strong, but then you move the other arm. You kind of do like a cartwheel and you move to the side so you don't really fall. So you should be able to move your arms a little bit like this or like this on the other side. So be careful and be ready to move your arms to don't fall on the other side. Now that you are able to not fall. To hold it, now it's time to learn how to use your whole body. You have to make a straight line doing the handstand, like this, straight. Some people arch a little bit their back, like this. Some people, like gymnasts, make their hips going in, like this. This is up to you. There are two different techniques. But the important thing is that you try to form a line with your body. So you don't stay like this, you don't stay like this too much, but you stay straight. You will not learn it in just one day, but it will require a lot of practice. Just try it first like this, then you will fall, and then to hold it more, imagine to grab the floor with your fingers and try to control your whole body. All the muscles on your body, try to control them. Practicing on the wall will help you understand how to hold it. For the moment, just practice. Try to hold like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then go back. Right now, I just hold it by using my fingers. Your shoulder also helps to find the balance. I will show you from this side. The handstand is not an easy move, it requires a lot of practice, especially if you want to hold it without moving. For me at the beginning it was way easier to walk on the handstand because my body was not straight, my body was kind of random like this. And so I used to move to maintain the balance, kind of like this. And then from here I learned how to do it without moving. But it requires a lot of practice. If you cannot do it on the wall again. Try to hold it on the wall for like 1 minute. If you can hold it for like 1 minute on the wall, it means that you have the strength to also hold it on the floor, like for at least 10 seconds. Then if you hold it for 10 seconds on the floor, it's just a matter of practice and you will hold it more and more with the time and with more practice. If you have any questions, let me know in the comments down below. If you want me to follow your progress, check out my Patreon link in the description, and also if you're interested, check out my merch. Also, link in the description. See you next week. Yo, ninjas!